Gotta hit it like tap it in the zone. Share it with the world, make the vibe known. Subscribe to the beat, feel it in your phone. Catch the waves we throw, you ain't alone. Like, share, and subscribe. Keep the rhythm alive, we thrive. Hop on this digital ride. Let's multiply the vibe worldwide. Gotta hit it like tap it in the zone. Share it with the world, make the vibe known. Subscribe to the beat, feel it in your phone. Catch the waves we throw, you ain't alone. Like, share, and subscribe. Keep the rhythm alive, we thrive. Hop on this digital ride. Let's multiply the vibe worldwide.
We got them wait, what? Took a little minute, was patient, but now we take it. Anytime we want this game, my situation is entertainment intertwined with information. Alchemist soul, how we move the tassel and roll. It's amazing how we can turn something brass to gold. And we steady making hits. Architect with the prop in the scripts. It's logical that the product will flip. My boy Chef did the lineup, I'm fresh in the bitch. Carnivorous podcast and newest showing the list. DQ on the boat, so I'm rocking the ship. Swallow the music gon' be dope and the artist legit. Hold my beard, concrete cord, then stepped in the door. See, that's my man and he reppin' for show. And True Savior's a player with flavor. Lexicon Taylor, lines on point like a laser. We need that paper, we building the vault. Cause you niggas don't listen, y'all be waiting to talk. Lack accountability and try to make it our fault. But opposing us is trying to arm wrestle the hawk. You coming up short on your re-up, nigga we up. Really wouldn't want to be up. I kick my feet up, my beef is wagyu and my trunk is all speakers. The bills is all blue and my blunt is all reefer. Responsible deniability, that boy eater. High quality whack juice by the liter. They like to call us ops, we got Oppenheimer features. That's the bomb out on the island just to teach you.
Peace, peace, peace. Let me look at the chat. How is everyone doing? Hope everyone is doing good on this Wednesday. I hope the weather is nice wherever you're at. Uh, First and foremost, thank you to everyone in the chat for stopping through. Uh, our very own special guest, I am from On the Spot Live. Welcome. Peace to my Tri Media family, Brass, Logic, DQ, Chef. What up, Chef? K Business Channel. Welcome. Who else we got? Cuban. What's up, brother? Hope everyone is fine. If you have a channel, please put it in the chat. We're here to help each other out as new content creators, uh, trying to grow, share our audiences, our experiences, our lessons, move this forward with good information and content. So definitely, if you have a show or channel and you're interested in doing some collaborative work, hit us up, put it in the chat. You can find our information in the YouTube, I believe, description, if not on Facebook. Uh, but I hope everyone is doing well. We have a special guest tonight from someone we met on our previous show with Logic and Brother Unk. She's a real estate agent. He's actually, I'm going to let her give her background when she comes on the stage. But we that's how we met. She was in our chat. We checked out her channel. She checked out our channel. We were interested in doing some work with her, and she accepted. So we definitely appreciate that. Uh, our channel, Tri Media, is built by 4 people, and our goal is to provide media across the board, whether it's entertainment, production, content management. We do all our own commercials. We do all our own music production, writing, script, graphics. All of that is in house. Posterius, what's up? How you doing, brother? Um, so we look to help people in that aspect too. We don't only provide content, we also provide services, and people will see those ads coming up more in the future. We what else do we do? We do a lot. I've been busy, and just to give you some real quick input, where we've been outside of our personal lives and other business ventures we have, I've been on an automation front, trying to automate a lot of tasks for personal content, personal use, everyday things, and also business opportunities. How can automation help us? So keep an eye out for shows like that. Hit the notification icon. Oh, my brother Logic is here. You know what? Logic, I'll bring you up in a minute. But that's where we're headed. Where we're using technology, the latest technology and information across the board to help us do what we need to do in our personal lives and our businesses and in content creation. So if that's something you're interested in, also tune in, hit the notification on icon, like, share, subscribe to not just our channel, but our guest channel, On the Spot Live. That's on YouTube. I believe that's her Instagram also, but she's going to leave us with all that information before she departs. So I'm going to bring up my brother Logic. You all right down there, Logic? Hold on, let me get you off mute.
Yeah, eyes just a little dry. I don't know what's going on. It might be the little season change. Kind of unusual for me, but it definitely been irritated the last couple of days. But man, what's happening, man? I just tuned in. I see you kind of running down, a lot of, I guess some of the plans that we got in the future, huh?
Definitely. And actually, I'm glad you're here because if it wasn't for your show, we wouldn't have met I am or been exposed to her platform. So it's definitely a good thing that you're here uh, to finish bridging that connection that we have. Oh yeah, DQ just wrote our label. We have a record label that's going to handle our music production, our songwriting, music videos, all of that. That's also in the future. Again, so much going on. So if you don't see us for a little while, just know that we're working not only on our own businesses, but on other people's businesses and content as well. Logic, you got anything else to add before we invite our esteemed guest up to the panel to introduce himself?
I'm ready to get it started.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm on the boards tonight, and for anyone that knows what that means I'll be running the commercials, the audio, the visual. Oh, sorry, I got audio playing in the back. So bear with us. But without any further ado, we'd like to welcome our sister I am to the stage so she can introduce herself and give us some background.
Hi guys, so nice to meet you both.
Look at that. We got a big crowd.
Shout out to everyone in the chat. Good evening, good evening. I'm so excited for this collaboration.
That's
What's
what's
up?
up. That's what's up. Well, this is Brother Logic. Obviously, I think you know him from the show because that's where we met. Hits. DQ is in the chat. Brass is going to try to make it if he can, and that would be the quartet that makes up Tri Media at this point. So definitely welcome to the show. If you could give us some background and then just at least let us know your information where and how people can find you. And while you're doing that, I'll pull up your YouTube channel just so people can actually see it also.
Oh, thanks so much. I'm the host of OWNASPOTLIVE here on YouTube. I can also be found on Twitter and TikTok and Insta. I'm a realtor here in Chicago. My absolute passion is inspiring and encouraging and empowering people to purchase their first ever property, which is my channel is Own a Spot. And so I give tips, resources, encouragement, pats on the back, pep talks, whatever you need in support of you getting to your goal of purchasing your first ever property. Practicing as a realtor, my team helps a lot of clients buy and sell every single day. But what was disappointing for me when I got into the business about 5 years ago was that enough of my own people, my own community, weren't involved in property ownership. And I also understand property ownership as a cornerstone of building wealth, of having power and autonomy in your community, of having control and say in your community. And so all of that is very important to me personally. And so I said, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. I'm going to give this information for free. And, I'm just going to contribute what I can to get people there. So that's what I do. We also talk about culture and trending topics because, we're a community, right? On the channel. But the On a Spot playlist will get you started. There's lots of money available. So I like to talk about those things as well.
That's what's up. I like it. I
Thank
think
you, Logic.
I definitely like it. It's like I think that's a part of what I think is really important about using YouTube to actually connect with people in a positive way, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's like the big reason why I like the some of the points of views that I like take on a lot of topics that we have, right? And talking about how positive they are, or really just how impactful they are, and giving us the proper voice, right? Kind of like directing the people in the audience in some constructive ways.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's important. I think that's a good way for us to be using the space. And I don't think a lot of people use it that way, right? So I think that's cool, actually.
Thank you, Logic.
How long you been doing that?
I've been in real estate I'm going into my 6th year, and I started the channel about 2 years ago. I had a different name though. So I've been on a spot for about a year and a half.
Okay.
Now, are you based anywhere in particular, or are you allowed to actually conduct business across state lines? Oh, peace, DQ. That's our brother DQ,
Hi, DQ. Very nice to meet you.
one of the Tri Media family.
Nice to meet you too. Blessed to meet you, Queen. Handle your thug peasy.
Yeah, so I'm licensed in the state of Illinois. As I mentioned, I live in Chicago, so I practice in Chicago. Um, and realtors have to be licensed by state. I winter frequently in Phoenix, so I did grab a license in Arizona, but I haven't done any deals in Arizona. So, state of Illinois is where I'm licensed to practice. The information I present on the channel, though, is helpful for everyone across the country.
All right. You said you also speak on culture and obviously trending topics. That's self-explanatory. But what
Hmm.
aspects of culture, if anything, are your particular interest?
Our culture. I'm a hip hop girl. I love hip hop. I always say I love hip hop. I hate hip hop, which is the most passionate position to have about the art form. And I love us. I love our people. I went to a HBCU, and so I'm initiated into our history and our present. And living in Chicago, I've been here for several years. I'm originally from LA, but I've been in Chicago for several years, and Chicago is the most culturally rich place for our people that I've ever been in. The level of activism and community is out of this world. The artistry is out of this world, and so I feel like I'm at the center of it. So our culture discussions are around things that celebrities are doing, but we bring the conversation around to how we're doing as a group, how we're doing as individuals, and how we can do better.
DQ, you got anything?
Yeah, I'm just soaking in the information right now. You said you're based out of Illinois. I got some family out of Illinois. Have you ever considered getting a license in Texas?
I went to college in Texas. I
What
don't like
what
the
HBC you went to?
I went to Texas Southern University.
She a Southern girl.
That's
Okay,
right.
okay.
That's
Yeah,
right.
my whole family, we split between ACU, Abilene Christian University, or
Mhm.
PB. And I know you know PB. So yeah.
PVU.
So yeah, okay, okay. You are indoctrinated with it.
Yes, absolutely. I'm very well, trained. I'm ready. But um,
You talking
um,
about a Southern University in Louisiana?
Texas Southern in
Texas.
Houston.
Texas Southern. Yeah, she was in the H, man.
I was in third ward. Shout
That
out
Yeah,
to
is
we're
third
crazy.
They
actually
ward.
got
from all
wards in
over.
Texas.
We're actually from all over. DQ's down in Waco,
Waco.
Well, I'm
Okay.
in,
Texas.
I'm well, I'm in Dallas. I'm in Dallas. I'm
Dallas,
from
Dallas.
Waco. Yeah.
from
Got it.
Waco. My bad.
Mhm.
Logic, where you at? In Louisiana
Right now, yeah, I'm
currently?
in Louisiana from Louisiana. Yep.
Nice. I
Brass
love
is from
it.
Jersey. Well,
Yeah.
Okay.
he's out of Ohio, right?
Okay.
Yeah, you
He
gotta say
resides
that.
in Jersey. Yeah, you got to say Ohio, or he gonna clip the show. And I'm
Okay.
from the north of New York City in the suburbs. So we're actually our group is from all over the country. So having your added background from Illinois and California is definitely a positive. So
That's right.
if you could on the screen, just so the audience gets a better take on some of the things you've recently done.
Oh,
If you could
yes.
just give a brief description, say of the first eight videos, just so they can get a better understanding, definitely tune in.
Happy to. So starting at the bottom row, the one where I have like a little yellow hat on. Oh, thank you so much for moving it. That is, can I purchase my first property if I have student loans? I love telling people that your student loans, no matter what the balance, you could have 5 degrees and $500,000 in student loan debt, and you can still purchase a spot. It will not count against you. So I give information in that one about how to move forward with your student loans. Okay. I was a person before I was in the business. I thought I had to pay off all my student loans before I could purchase my first property. Nothing could be further from the truth. We had a little discussion about Just Hilarious and Snoop, and that was one of our culture shows, but also the rent trap. The rent trap was a recent one. It's called the rent trap and gentrification. And that's kind of an open discussion we had about kind of what's happening with housing. Why are corporations buying up all the housing? How much of it are they buying? And what does that mean for our future? And what should we do in 2025? Sorry to bang on the table. What should we do in 2025 given this change in landscape? So that's the rent trap and gentrification. I did affordable housing in the state of California. California is a very expensive state, but there are 11 really cool cities that are the most affordable cities in California. I showed real property that you could own for less than rent. I show you what the property looks like. We look at actual photos, and I tell you how much it would be per month to own those, to kind of give people a sense of what is possible. And then yesterday I did interest rate killer because so many people talk about interest rates in a way that is preventing people from entering the market, and I'm really concerned about that. So I shared 4 of my hacks of how to get a good deal no matter what interest rates are. And then today, a little earlier, I think you were there, Hits. I did real estate investing 101. It was I take um, requests. So if there's a subject that someone wants me to make a video on, I'll make it. So it's my first ever video on real estate investing. I didn't want to present real estate investing info on the channel because I have a very specific purpose with getting people into their first property. But yeah, I dove in today and we'll do some more of that stuff. So those are a few things that are available now.
Now, do you find that the younger generation, I
Hmm.
find my children, both of them are, one is late 20s, early 30s.
Okay.
One is having difficulty finding property where we live because it's all bought up. Um, my other child is not really interested. So do you find that
Mm-mm.
younger people are less interested in purchasing a home, and what are some of the reasons that they would be apprehensive? To me, it seems like more than prior, that they're just not interested.
Great question. I find that younger and older people, I find it's our group as a whole, actually, to be frank and honest. Um, I find in other communities, like when it comes to like clients that I serve, clients that my team helps, it's kind of like it's like a default for them. Like they expect to own property. It's not like a big deal, right? So I find that gap. Um, when it comes to younger people, I find if you explain how it can benefit them in a way that makes sense, then they'll jump on board for it. And I think another gap between our community and others is that a lot of young people in other communities have significant support in purchasing their first property that we don't have. A lot of people in our
Mhm.
community are first generation owners, right? In other communities, not only do their families own property, but their families are supplying down payments for them, buying their rates down so that they have a low monthly payment. They're doing like significant stuff like that, or putting another mortgage on their home so that the young person can buy a fixer upper and they pay for the renovation with the equity in their home. So they're I don't want to say competing, but they're participating in property ownership on another level in other communities. And I find that we lack that. And I want to change it right now.
Great logic. I'm sure you got some questions. You being a
You,
young
s-
man that's searching for a home, I'm sure,
yes.
whose
And
work
you
will not
said
allow him.
you said that you have a particular purpose for how are you I guess the strategy you have for your first time buyers, people who you're like guiding through your process. What is that? What's that mindset?
So the first thing is to empower them with information. The number one thing is that people think they can't qualify. So I explain to them that they probably can. Actually, most people can qualify, but most people believe that they can't qualify, so they don't even try. The other thing is connecting people with resources. So there's down payment assistance in all 50 states in the US, no matter where you are in America. Okay. There is down payment assistance and it's money set aside. It's federal funds, state funds that's sitting in an account right now that's available to help you with your purchase. And so that's another kind of gap people have, like, well, I don't have a down payment. I'm bad at saving money. Where I'm going to get the money, on the spot, lady, like, that strategy. And then finally, getting packaged. The process of purchasing a property is a paperwork process. It's like anything else. When you apply for an apartment, when you apply to go to school, when you apply for a job, you have to provide very specific items. And so I have a checklist of those items and I guide people through how to put that together. Because if you put that package together right, you're going to get approved for your financing. You're going to be in a great space to get these down payment assistance programs and other assistance that I mentioned, and it'll be less stressful. A lot of people, even if they try, they get stressed out by the process and they don't complete it, they give up.
Mm. Okay, so you're talking more about like ownership, not necessarily. See, like I'm looking at the screen there. It says real estate investing. So you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that would be like your process when you're talking about a person looking for to actually buy and live in their first home, not necessarily as an investment property, right?
Yes, and full disclosure, the Real Estate Investing 101 is my first ever video on investing. The focus of my
Okay.
channel is to get people into their first property. I did that
Mhm.
by request. Um, so yeah,
Okay.
but
Okay. I get
most
it.
of my information is to get people into their first property. And it can
Nah.
be anything. That's why I chose own a spot. I didn't want to say own a home, own a house, right? Because a lot of people, their first spot isn't going to be a house with a fence and a, garage. It might be a condo, a townhome. Um, I don't care, a tiny house, a mobile home. You know what I mean? I encourage people to buy parking spots, especially in cities like I'm here in Chicago. That's a spot. Own a spot. I don't care what spot. Okay, just own a spot.
So that makes
And
sense.
for anybody that's just tuning in, uh, I'm gonna put her. This is our special guest. I am. She's a host of a YouTube channel and Instagram channel called On a Spot Live, where she gives real estate information. She speaks on trending topics and cultures, and all of these things kind of mend together
Mm-hmm.
in a helpful way. And actually, what you're not getting from just seeing her banner clips is the information she has in her videos. If you watch her videos, she has slides, she has charts, she has examples, she has actual real estate listings. So it's not just the person um talking about something. Actually very informative. So do go check out her channel. Follow her. Hit the notification icon because this is important information. This is an election season, and everyone knows the economy
Yes.
swings, up and down heavily. We're on a global economy now, so things
Mm-hmm.
that wouldn't have affected us maybe 20 years ago, 10 years ago, affect us now. We're post COVID. There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things going on. So to having someone who's giving you good information and resources. I've seen on her channel her provide links in different websites to go to get more information for someone's more particular situation in a state that they're in, a city that they're in, a portion of the country that they're in. So definitely go check her channel out. Peace, I Sonic and Donnie, uh, some
Guys,
more of our loyal supporters. Thanks for stopping in. So we'll go
yes.
back to your channel just to look at some more videos. Logic, did you yeah, now he mentioned the investing as per ownership. Do you see a change in more people wanting to invest uh or just own a home for their personal use? Is there a trend that you see now currently, say in an election year?
Yes, I've seen this trend actually for the past several years with social media and real estate investors becoming like cool and having these, broad social bases where they talk about real estate investing. So that's exciting and positive. It's a mixed bag of like people who are actually like legit or people who are not. So that's kind of like the trade off with that. But I'm so happy that more people are getting participating because real estate investing is a game changer when it comes to wealth creation. It's low barrier to entry. Historically, as a group, we've had barriers to entry when it comes to getting certain jobs, starting businesses in certain industries. Real estate is that thing that we can get into without those barriers, without fear of discrimination or or racist practices holding us back. So it really has the potential to be the great kind of equalizer when it comes to, us as having an economic base. And so I love it. I love that people are into it. Like I said, I don't talk about it on the channel. It's my first video today. But I'm open to it. But I feel like for a lot of people, real estate investing is a leap when I'm trying to get them to take the baby step of purchasing their first property. And I also know the data that once someone purchases their first property, they're going to become an investor on some level. Like once they've gone through it, property owners become invest. It just happens, right? So yeah.
I like it. I feel like I'm one of those people that's like right on the cusp of being in position of buying their first house. So it's really interesting to me.
Yes, Logic.
For sure, for sure. Like this year in specific has been, really pivotal as far as like I guess a lot of my interests in,
Mm-hmm.
and how I'm like positioning myself to actually move in the future.
Yeah.
Because I guess like a little bit of my transformation was I was really into, trying to connect with people online, talk about these Black Power things and how we can like elevate our community. And then, it kind of I don't know if sour is the right word, but I've become, a little bit more focused on what I need to do, for me and
Mm.
my family moving forward, and researching, a lot more about what it takes to own a house, and what are the things you need to position yourself to actually get a house, has become, like nothing, lack of no better words, but it's exciting. That's the kind of problems I want to be able to have. Those are the kind of
Mm-hmm.
conversations that lets me know I'm in the right circle of people I need to be talking to, who are talking about things like that. So, and we need that. I think as a community, we could use more conversations like that, and less about what Megan Thee Stallion did this weekend or so on. Like that's
Definite.
I think we can do it a little bit less of that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, me personally, a lot less of it, but that's me. Can't speak for everybody. But this year in particular has definitely shown me that those are the kind of conversations I want to be leaning towards and have a lot more of, and have some more information on.
Mm-hmm.
And just as like the our company and friendship has grown amongst our owners of Tri Media, and they've, they're in different, parts of the spectrum, and hearing about, how things like a Walmart in your neighborhood can
Mm-hmm.
affect,
Yes.
your property taxes, and how much that or the value of your houses. And that sounds like the kind of conversations that I need to be a lot more aware of how those levers are playing in real life, because those are the important things. I want to be able to be more abreast on that kind of information for us. So I'll definitely be a person that'll be listening close and trying to gather as much as I can. I guess my projection is I'm looking to, if I could, possibly have two houses in about the next 2 years. So
And will 2 houses in 2 years. Let's go, Logic.
I think I can do it.
Yes.
Definitely think I can do it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I feel as someone who has a heart for the community, I feel like I can see that that ownership is a piece that we haven't been exploring and talking about. Ownership means control. And when you own and control, that's when you have the power to affect real change. And we have the power to own our entire communities, right? And so I think that's a great opportunity. I think it's right in front of us, right? And I think that um, we can affect some very serious change using that as a strategy, actually.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And I haven't been putting the chats up. I apologize, but because I have to get them on the screen right. I'm working over here. Posterior is definitely, correct. Think of your first starter home as an investment. Um,
Absolutely.
so that's two birds, one stone, a
Yes.
homeowner and an investor.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, I want you to speak to that term that sticks out to me, the rent trap.
The rent
I
trap.
think, yeah, in the implications of that, uh,
Mm-hmm.
what different spectrum of income that actually covers not just people with, who may not feel that they're financially secure, but just if you could, when we come back, speak to that a little bit, and that'd be that baby step that you were talking about earlier. How do we get out of certain mindsets without jumping off a cliff or jumping clean out the window?
I got your hits.
All right. So I'll see y'all in a minute. And our commercial this week, he doesn't know it, but it's sponsored by our very own DQ Hampton for his music, our up and coming record label and production company, and also a book that he wrote. So I'm going to play those ads. Thank you, DQ, for your sponsorship.
See the city, see that I'm a country nigga. I'm a country nigga. Ay. Straw hat with my fishing pole with a cup of liquor. Ay. City folk be so amazing, my country rip. My country rip. Ay. Over yonder, see them boys hate, but they ain't fucking with. They ain't fucking with. See the city, see that I'm a country nigga. I'm a country nigga. Ay. Straw hat with my fishing pole with a cup of liquor. Ay. City folk be so amazing, my country rip. My country rip. Ay. Over yonder, see them boys hate, but they ain't fucking with. They ain't fucking with. Country boy, I need hot sauce on my catfish. On my catfish. Texas boy, you can point the shit in your athlete. On your athlete. Was a little kid on the front porch doing backflips. Had wood grain on my Hot Wheels, that's practice. Born in 89, but the 84s be sticking out like a cactus. Had a wine colored Cadillac with a soft top with my last bitch. And I pulled up and I was laughing with more wood grain than a casket. Speaker shaking and blasting, so I can't hear shit that you asking. Used to be outside playing 25 till it's nighttime, we was all in. Black boys and Mexican boys, we didn't give a fuck, we was all friends. Rolling deep with my family tree, see we all cut it, yeah we all kin. In the whip we gon' pile in, gon' get it live on the dead end. Keep fishing rods in my back seat and keep a backwood as my cigarella. Camel down from head to toe, about to go hunting with your Cinderella. In the duck blind with your main dime. At the lake, she done took the bait. Country boys in his country ways. City slickers really can't relate. See the city, see that I'm a country nigga. I'm a country nigga. Ay. Straw hat with my fishing pole with a cup of liquor. Ay. City folk be so amazing, my country rip. My country rip. Ay. Over yonder, see them boys hate, but they ain't fucking with. They ain't fucking with. See the city, see that I'm a country nigga. I'm a country nigga. Ay. Straw hat with my fishing pole with a cup of liquor. Ay. City folk be so amazing, my country rip. My country rip. Ay. Over yonder, see them boys hate, but they ain't fucking with. They ain't fucking with. Country boy, I need hot sauce on my catfish. On my catfish. Texas boy, you can point the shit in your athlete. On your athlete. Was a little kid on the.
All right, welcome back. That is our own DQ Hampton. His book is available on Amazon. A bass fishing guide. He's an author, business owner, writer, producer. That's a lot of work that young man does. So definitely go check his book out on Amazon. We definitely appreciate it. And we'd like to welcome our guest back, Miss I Am, who's the host of her own YouTube platform and Instagram show and platform called Own a Spot. And she's here to help us, give us some tips on real estate, talk to us about current topics, and move our culture forward, which we always appreciate that on this channel with good information and collaboration. So check her channel out, thumb up the videos, definitely subscribe. Don't forget the notification icon so you'll be notified. And now that we're back, we're going to talk about baby steps so that people don't take everything they see on social media for truth and dive clean out of the window from renting to trying to buy commercial property or something like that. So we're going to talk about something called the rent trap, which is the opposite of that, where you may feel stuck, I'm sure. So she's going to give us some clarification on that if she could. Thanks.
Can I just fan out for DQ real quick? I love that. I'm so inspired to be around such creative people. Like I'm having like the time of my life right now. So you guys are I'm so happy and honored to be connected. But the rent trap is a real thing. Okay. So in my video, I show how rent rates have gone up and it's a sustained increase. Okay. So, you know how you remember when I went to Texas Southern, we talked about, when I was in college, my rent, I'm not lying, was $400 a month for my place in Third Ward across the street from campus, right? Nobody anywhere in Third Ward or probably elsewhere is going to charge me $400 for rent today. Okay. So rents are going up, right? So that's the first thing I want people to know. Knowledge is
Yeah.
power, right? You have the information, you're empowered to, to move accordingly. So rents are going up. Also, corporations are purchasing the homes in the thousands. The one state was 9,000 homes. A corporation purchased 9,000 homes in one particular state. Another corporation purchased 40,000 homes in North Carolina, right? So their goal for these homes is to rent them forever, which is my favorite investment strategy, by the way. Okay. I think that we should purchase properties, improve them, and rent them forever because it creates forever income and you have an asset underneath you as your financial base. So think about these two things happening at the same time. Rents going up, corporations now own the property. So when you get to a place, most people are like, oh, I rent right now, it's fine. I'll rent for another 2 years. I'll rent for another 5 years. And so in 2 years, 5 years from now, it if values are also increased, right, you might be stuck in a position where you have to rent. And can you imagine renting from a corporation? What is that like? What might that be like?
You get an 800 number that you have to
Yeah,
call to do any type of transaction with or business with. That's a
right.
fact.
Who wants like $1 trillion BlackRock as a landlord? Nobody. Nobody. And so the rent trap is a real thing. It's a set of circumstances. It's not even just one thing. It's all these things, together that's going to make it harder in the future, right? So I'm attempting to communicate urgency that you should purchase sooner. You should purchase yesterday. If you're not um eh, like planning on purchasing in 2025, you need to adjust your plans, okay? Do everything else you were going to do, but also purchase in 2025. That's the only way to get out of this.
And for those that are watching now and or in the chat or that will be watching in the future, this is basically a pop-up show to start our collaboration. She has extremely detailed information on her channels, on her social media, which we're going to have her go over before we depart at the end, right? That this is just an overview, and it's very helpful information, the visuals, the audio, the links, the off YouTube information that she gives is extremely helpful. So take this as an introduction, that baby step that we were talking about earlier, that hopefully some of these things may have changed your mind, that if you don't own, you think about it. If you do own, that you may want to become a further investor, or all the
Mhm.
different challenges, even across the country. And
Mhm.
on her channel where she talks about different parts of the country. So maybe not where you live, you're thinking about that now, but if she can gather that information, she takes suggestions. That's extremely helpful. Some people just post what they want to post, and
Right.
if it's helpful to you, it helps. If it's not, it's not. But on her channel, she respects your questions, your comments, your statements, and definitely your suggestions. So keep that in mind. That's why this is an important collaboration, and that's why we have her on here, because our goal too is to move our culture forward with good, solid information. Um, fear. I thought I said, yeah. What was it? The fear.
Fear. Yeah, I go through the top fears that people have when it comes to home buying. Um and a lot of them is just because people don't know the process. So in that one, I give information about the process, but the baby step of going from renter to owner is not hard. The average person can do it in less than 6 months. Okay. The average person can do it in less than 6 months. The first thing I always tell people to do if you're looking to purchase in 2025, and if you're watching this, it's a sign, okay? Just know that you're going to purchase in 2025. The first thing I tell everyone to do, if you're employed, you have a job, woohoo, that's awesome. Great for you. Get a raise. You need a raise, okay? You need a raise. A raise is the easiest, simplest strategy to increase your income overnight. A lot of people don't, ask for raises at their, place of employment. So it's chances are you haven't, received one. The next thing you need to do is calculate your current DTI. I have a video on that. And know that not only can you purchase with student loans, you can also purchase with a lower credit score. You don't have to have Rockstar credit to purchase. You don't have to have Rockstar credit to purchase. FHA goes as low as, I want to say 580. It might even be 560 now when it comes to your credit. So don't let credit hold you back. Don't let a down payment hold you back. There are some states you can get up to $40,000 in down payment assistance. The other fear is buying a lemon, right? People have never owned property. They're overwhelmed. Like, I'm going to be responsible for all those repairs. What if, it needs a roof or a radiator or something, crazy like that? There are steps in the process that I share to address those things and those fears. And so you'll absolutely be doing the right thing, right? And, like I said, I'm a condo girl. I'm a condo girl. I don't want to mow lawns, right? I'm not interested. And so, housing type can be something low maintenance. Ownership doesn't mean high maintenance. There's low maintenance ownership.
I have a yard and don't want to cut the grass, and probably should have rethunk that right 20 years ago.
But
Uh,
you
uh,
also get to enjoy the grass.
yeah, yeah. It's after the first 10 years, it's like yeah, whatever. And snow also. I live in the
Yep.
Northeast, so that's part of that maintenance you have to think
Yep.
about, especially if you're a single person, male or
Mm-hmm.
female.
Yep.
If you have to work and leave your home, and you're responsible for anything that's seasonal, leaves, grass, snow,
Mm-hmm.
salting the sidewalk in icy, slippery weather. So that's another consideration. Our friend Cuban asks, "What
Oh
about
my
no
gosh.
credit?" And that ties into what I was going to ask about the programs.
Yes.
Without going into the thousands that are available, I think on one of your shows you gave an example of how many programs were like available in California. So somebody that
322 available in California.
how many
Over
again? Say again.
322 available in California, over 4,400 across the country. That's how many programs have money sitting there right now for people to come and get it.
And that's all across demographic, income level.
Yep.
I'm assuming. And they may vary state to state. Now, are
Yes.
there federal programs that just cover the country entirely, along with state programs?
Yes, there's one federal grant program that I'm aware of called the Chenoa Fund. It's CHENOA. That's CHENOA Fund. And that is federal with the exception of New York State. Sorry, hits. but
Sick
but
of New
every
York.
other state it's available there. But other than that, most programs are state level programs.
Logic, you got anything you want to add? Posterior said that's what kids are for. Yeah, until they're not kids anymore, then they don't want to cut grass or shovel. So,
Listen, guys, I
and they
don't
do a horrible job anyway, so on purpose.
on purpose, right? So they don't get assigned that
You
task
might, yeah, you
anymore.
got to watch them, so you might as well do it if you're going to stand out there.
Yeah, I don't cut grass. I don't shovel snow. I don't even take the trash out. I put my
Wow,
trash in a hole in the wall and it goes away.
nice.
So, but yeah, what I was gonna say. Oh, so no credit. Okay, here's a couple things, right? People, this might sound wild, but people need credit cards. All right, yeah, credit, your overall credit profile is weighted with your revolving credit, which are credit cards. So get started with like a prepaid card. One I happen to know, resource time is openskycc.com. That's OPENSKYCC.com. It's a secured card. So the way that it works is you send them $600, you put it in the account, and you have a secured card for $600, and that can begin to build your credit. Also, never close accounts because the age of your accounts matter. So never close accounts, even if they are quote unquote bad accounts or in bad standing. You want to take other measures. And so those are my tips for people who do not have credit. You need to begin to build your credit.
Peace, Chef. He's another one of our loyal supporters, as we are his.
Chef.
He gave you a compliment,
Thank you,
Chef. I
Chef.
think he was in one of somebody else's show last night. Who when you closed your show, you went over to their show. I
Oh,
can't remember the name, and he popped over to show some support.
oh, I love that. Thank you.
So what's up, Chef? Yeah, what she's doing up here with us is she's giving us some good, solid information. Um, Again, this show is an overview show for I am to come introduce herself to our audience, to our followers, to share some good information, to plan for future shows where we can get into more detailed information and help
Yeah.
and assist and answer more questions.
I love
Um,
questions.
yes, and she's very good at getting back to people with their questions, comments, concerns, and or suggestions. So definitely follow her channel, her YouTube channel, and your Instagram channel is the same, right?
Yes,
On the Spot Live.
that's right.
Logic. You want to add anything? I think an hour is a good enough show just to kick it off. Plus, she came over from doing her show, so she already had a show today. So that should let everyone know that she's serious, extremely helpful. We appreciate that too. On the day that she had a show, she found time to come over and hang out with us, and definitely support our channel.
Nah, I definitely. I mean, first off, again, I appreciate you coming over and and seeing, that we're kind of doing something, that we can probably both benefit from. So I actually like what you're doing. So I'll keep some tabs on it, and definitely like even incorporate a lot of what you're saying, if not everything that you're saying into my plans. Because like I say, I'm one of those people who is going to be in the market real soon, and I
Mhm.
want to have all my ducks in a row. I want to get as organized as I can about it. I'm one of those people, right? That like who hasn't done it because I don't feel like I'm organized enough, or I've covered all the angles that I don't know about. Right, I'm one of those, I guess you would say like scared buyers, right? Like I haven't pulled the
Mhm.
trigger because I'm so unfamiliar with the
Right.
territory. So,
Yes.
you know, yep.
Which I think is the hurdle for most people. So this is for Logic and all my people out there who are inspired to purchase property in 2025. Here's what you need to put together. These are all things that are easy to find, okay? You're just going to put them together in one place. Okay, number 1, your tax filings for the past 5 years. Just the form, boom, the return, boom. Put them together last 5 years. 20, what is that? 2019 now, 2019 up to 2020. Oh, we're in 2024. Go back to 2018, okay? Number 2, boom. So you have all your tax filings. Number 2 is your check stubs for the past 12 months. Your check stubs from last year, this time to now. Boom, you got that, right? Next, you want to write down your residential history for the past 7 years. Everywhere you lived, whether you paid rent there or not, every address where you lived for the past 7 years, just write it down on a piece of paper. You don't have to do any presentation. Write down all of the addresses and the dates. Doesn't have to be exact dates like January 2017 to February 2019, whatever.
Okay.
So boom, you have that. Boom, 1 2 3. Next thing you want to put together is your current monthly budget. Put your current monthly budget together. If you can put those things together, I won't ask to see them, but if you put those things together, I will provide a free one-on-one consult via Zoom to get you started. But if you have, the momentum to do that, let me tell you, you are you are golden. Okay, so those are the things you need to organize. If you can put them together, I'll give you next steps.
And she is licensed, by the way. Let's
Yes.
not leave that out. This is not just
I'm not a random.
a YouTube personality up here giving you pie in the sky, and information with no support.
Yeah.
So definitely keep that in mind.
Yeah. Tax returns, check stubs, residential history, and your monthly budget. Okay. And then if you could put those together, I don't need to look at them, but I can walk you through how to use what you put together to get approved for the loan itself and for down payment assistance if you need it.
All right, fine.
Let's
and
go.
I can see us using technology in future shows as we collaborate to help people gather, store, sort those things out, answer questions, forms that can be input into certain technologies that will help you fill out certain forms and just get organized too. So that's definitely a show I think we'll have coming up. Shared platforms is something else that we also look forward to trying to accomplish with different people with different channels. So again, follow her content, follow the people she follows, follow the people in her chat and her comments. And if let's see if anybody else got any questions. I don't see any questions. We're not going to have a panel tonight. Maybe in the future when the show is more specific about certain topics and we can delve into information more, we'll have a panel, allow people to come up, ask a question in person. But until then, definitely follow her channel where you can ask her questions over there. So Logic, if you got any closing words, we'll let our guests close out.
No, this is good. I mean, I think this is coming along at the right time. So this is actually really, really cool. I can't wait to be a part of it. So,
well, you can close out. I am again on behalf of Tri Media and all of our members and our supporters and our followers. We thank you for coming on. We thank you for that information. Extremely important. Just the tip of the iceberg for those watching and down in the chat. So if you would, you could take us out and that'll be it. We'll close out with another DQ production at the end.
Shout out to DQ. Shout out to my new friends, Hits and Logic. Everyone in the chat, thank you for your questions. My mission is #OwnASpot. Find me on all social media. DM me questions. I don't mind. I love to help. If you have content suggestions, I take those as well, as Hits stated. And I'm just so honored to be over here and be a part. And I'm very, very impressed with Tri Media. I like them as people. They're very cool so far from our interaction, which is amazing, especially here on YouTube. It's been wild and wacky, but they're super cool. And they're also so talented and creative. And I'm so inspired by that. Like in the past 2 days, I've just been thinking of so many things because after seeing their stuff. So, and everyone was very lovely in the chat. Shout out to you guys. I look forward to being back.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming through. And we'll see you on the next one. This is another DQ production called Wind Chill. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for coming in.
Pick your skill set, cause you know I got a lot of. It's all mad to God if you talk about your body. Money making Mitch, nah, money make a lot of problems, but a little more probably solve it. So cut up all the talking. Left at home, young Macaulay Culkin. Creating liquor board, shit exhausted. Mean I'm making bars, nigga, awful. Rhymes tailor made like the suits for your troops in a coffin. Floating on the air, I'm feeling the wind chill. Flow about as cold as the snow in your windshield. Hit it by the lows, we blowing like pinwheels. Coming from the soul and did it like 10 years. Plus, niggas get mad when we switch gears. Clutch, steady get popped, now bitch chill. Hush, steady don't know how a pimp feel. Have to get a meal, even if it kills me. Filthy, silky Johnson, how they hating on him. Niggas talking shit, but I'm not responding. Oxford dictionary words can't define him. Tupac miss where I came inside him. Top 5 pin when I'm locked in. Being locked out is never an option. I'm a pops now, utilizing the clock spin. It's a different hustle for this struggle. 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 Floating in the air, I'm feeling the wind chill. Blow by as cold as the snow in your windshield. Get it by the loads, we blowing like pinwheels. Coming from the soul that did it like 10 years. Plus, niggas get mad when we switch gears. Clutch, steady get popped, now bitch chill. Hush, steady don't know how a pimp feel. Have to get a meal, even if it kills me. I'm as tight as a tourniquet fit. Turned up off the liquor, I'm turned up and lit. I'm a country boy, country is turned up in grits. Behind the turntable, DJing turned up and shit. I'm the perfect electrical grid. Quite shocking to these women that's testing the ribs. I got bars like them boys doing maximum bids. I got some smoke, but you know I got more at the crib. The way you capping, you should franchise a couple of lids. The way I'm snapping like a gator protecting his kids. I'm Dr. Pepper to these soft throwing heckling pigs. But when my soda pop, these women be catching the fizz. I'm in my bag like hash brown from McDonald's. Trash bag all of these hazmat and fake rhymes. Nigga that made moves that make commas. The type of nigga that poor daughters and break mamas. Yeah, we up in trees in this bitch. That tell my smokers gonna like them trees in this bitch. Yeah, I see some soldiers now at ease in this bitch. Call me rich boy, high through some D's on that bitch. Yeah, we up in trees in this bitch. Tell my smokers gonna like them trees in this bitch. Yeah, I see some soldiers now at ease in this bitch. Call me rich boy, high through some D's on this bitch. Floating in the air, I'm feeling the wind chill. Flow by as cold as the snow in your windshield. Get it by the loads, we blowing like pinwheels. Coming from the soul that did it like 10 years. Plus, niggas get mad when we switch gears. Clutch, steady get popped, now bitch chill. Hush, steady don't know how a pimp feel. Have to get a meal, even if it kills me.